Hi, my name is Richard Hyman. I'm the chef and owner of Fenix restaurant in Lodi. Born in New York and raised in LA, and I started cooking when I was 19 years old, I guess, at the Beverly Hills Hotel in Beverly Hills. I started basically at the bottom, washing dishes, peeling potatoes, chopping onions, and ended up loving the business. I ended up loving what I did. So that was back in 1979. So it's been 30 some odd years now that I've been doing this. I worked all over the country, in Florida, New York. I worked in LA, and now here in the Lodi, Stockton area for the last 12 years. And it's in my blood. My greatest professional success would be where I am now. I mean, this is the culmination of 30 some odd years of working and learning and discovering new ways of doing things, and it all ends up and comes together here at Fenix. The greatest setback would have to be 2.5 years ago when I was injured in a fire. It made me wonder whether or not I could ever do what I love for the rest of my life. I had no use of my hands, and I was in the hospital for a long time and going through physical therapy and surgeries. So it was a period of time where it was pretty dark and a lot of disappointment and a major setback. And I had to, regain the use of my hands. And of course, in this business, my hands are my tools. So that would be, getting through that was one of the most amazing comebacks, I guess. The name, obviously, the Phoenix is a mythical bird that dies by fire and is reborn by fire well, it depends on who you're looking at, but every year. So this is sort of, it works into that. I mean, I was burned, I was out for a while, and now we're back. So this is sort of the rebirth from fire. Everything in the restaurant has some kind of a fire element to it. And we burned the tables and the chairs. We've got some fire elements on the walls, the fireplaces around the restaurant. So it's a theme of rebirth and rejuvenation. We were looking for spots for a long time. We started looking almost two years ago for a restaurant space, and it changed and mutated as we were going through the process of finding things. First, it was going to be a retail thing, and then it was going to be a small cafe. And this sort of popped up through a friend I went on a fishing trip with a couple of years ago, and it blossomed. I mean, it was half the size, and it ended up being twice the size of what we originally planned on. And when we got in, started doing construction, we found out that there were a lot of things that we didn't know in the beginning. We learned a lot during the process, so it sort of blossomed and became what it is now. We've been described as many things, but my take and my purpose for doing this has always been to take 30 years of cooking experience and put it all into one place. So we really can't pigeonhole ourselves into anything. We're certainly not fine dining, for the way I would explain it. And our prices are probably a little more expensive than family restaurant, but the product and the experience is from what I've garnered in 30 some odd years of cooking. You're going to find Asian influence. You're going to find Mexican influence. You're going to find French, a lot of French influence, and just a lot of new, innovative ways of preparing simple, delicious, and elegant food. Well, it starts here at about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. I go to check my emails. I check my orders from the night before. I check sales. A lot of just basic kind of regrouping for the day, planning. Hit the kitchen and start looking at prep lists and check in orders as they come in. Plan specials from what I'm getting in from the markets that day, and then just start getting ready for service. Really, it's a matter of getting vegetables prepped, getting fish and meat cut and portioned out, deciding on what I'm going to run that night for the special, and then we start lunch at 11 o'clock, and we'll serve anywhere from 20 to 60 people for lunch. Then we break the kitchen down, clean everything, start over for dinner, and it's a daily process. By dinner time, 5 o'clock, we're going to do 100 people for dinner. So it's an ongoing thing every day. It's different every day too, because the products are different. We're in a great part of California here. It's seasonal and it's fresh, and we're in the middle of farms and suppliers for ranches, meat and lamb. So it's always changing. It's always mutating. It's always evolving from month to month, from week to week sometimes. The most important thing about running a restaurant is staying on top of the details. Being a chef is very fulfilling and very gratifying for me, but it's a different ball game as chef owner. I now have responsibility for payroll and banking and taxes and purchasing and all the other things that go along with owning a business, marketing and advertising, and then dealing with vendors and dealing with employees. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and you got to be really organized and really in tune with every aspect of it. The most essential thing in my kitchen, that without a doubt are the people that work in my kitchen. I can't do this myself. I have the ideas, I have the recipes, I have the ability to get the ball rolling, but these guys are what make it happen every single day. We've got tools back there that are essential, of course, but without a doubt, that's the people that I have back there that work with me every single day that make this happen. We came to Lodi, almost a year ago, at a time when I believe that Lodi is just burgeoning and just about to explode in agritourism and wine tourism. So I think we came at the right time, and we're getting a great response from people that are coming in, not only locals, but we're seeing a lot of people come in from out of town. We're seeing a lot of people come from the Bay Area that are here, wine tasting and just spending a nice day in this quaint little town of Lodi. And we've made a place for ourselves here, and we're serving not just locals, but people that are coming in from all over California. Aside from a unique atmosphere and a vibrant atmosphere and a very artistic and inspiring atmosphere, you're going to get food that you're not going to see anywhere else. We're thinking way outside the box here. You're going to experience things that you haven't experienced before. You get to try new things. It's constantly evolving. The menu's always changing. The products that we buy are always changing. So it doesn't get stale. It doesn't get stagnant. It's always exciting.